Hello and welcome back to Frank's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on my 2000 Toyota Camry. It developed an oil leak around this area, and I have found a few spots where it's having a leak. So the first spot was actually the power steering pump. It's leaking at the same time it's leaking engine oil. So instead of just being one fluid leaking, it's actually two now. So power steering pump is going to be replaced, but not in this video. Okay. The second thing I noticed that was leaking is the oil pump. Oil pump has a gasket that goes all around. It's got a weird shape to it, and that is worn out, and that's leaking. The other thing that's leaking is the camshaft seal. The one right there where my fingertip is at. And I'm going to get close up right now. Right where the light is shining, right in here is the gasket. Okay. Now I did replace the other gasket, which is back here on this side. And that was pretty easy because you do that with the valve cover off and the gasket off also. And it's right here, this area. And that is you unscrew this bolt and the other bolt back there, and you take that plate off, and you can reach easily the gasket, take that out and put the new one in, and put that cap back on with 14 foot-pounds of torque, or about 168 inch-pound. So it's the same thing on this side. Okay, now this side takes a bit more process because you got to take the cover, the two plastic black covers that's got on the outside, and you got to put the engine on time before you do that, because, well, yeah, you don't want to have your engine out of timing. That would be ridiculous. That would be stupid. But anyways, you do that. Once you got the engine on time, take the lower cover off. Take the obviously, before taking the lower cover, you got to take the crank pulley out. So you take the pulley out, take the cover off. Now we're on track. And then you can start taking the belt, the timing belt, take the tensioner out, the idler pulley out. And yeah, I'm gonna do all this other stuff also. I'm gonna be replacing the water pump, which is this pulley right here. I gotta drain the coolant. I haven't done that yet. So it's got a few things. I did notice that the pulley down there, the one for the crank, has been beaten up on the threads where it hooks to the belt. I don't know why someone would beat it up, but it's supposed to come out easy with just pulling it out with your hand, and it's not coming off. That gives me a bad sign. So I don't know if I'll be able to take that off, but let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see what I mean by being beaten up. You see how the threads are? That's clear to me. It has been banged on it with a hammer or something. That's not, because you look at this one, you see how this one is nice, but look at that one. I think I'm gonna need a new pulley for that right there. I'm hoping not to have to bang on it to get it out, so I can replace the seal at the crank. But you see the other one, that's the oil pump pulley, and that one's also fine, just like the water pump pulley. But this one, that's a different story here. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I have to do. I might have to just bang on it really hard, get it off, and have to replace it with a new one. I got a spider. Hello. It's time for you to go home. You got off my glove. There you go. Bye bye. I got another guy right here. carpenter spider. They're ugly, they're scary, but they don't bite, they don't do anything. They actually just run away if you touch one of their legs, which I'm going to do right now. Let's see, what's one of them? There you go. They don't do anything. These are the kind of spiders that actually protect your plants. They eat little bugs that want to hurt your plants. That's what they do. But I don't know what the heck you're doing on my car. Time for you to go. Come on. Go. There you go. He's just gonna hide in there. Anyways, let's go back and zoom out. There you go. So to get to that, you gotta take the upper pulley, the camshaft pulley, but you can't get the bolt off unless you take the valve cover off. One more time. So one trick, if you don't want to get anything inside your if you don't want to get anything inside the compartment where the spark plug goes, when you take the valve cover off, just put those in ignition coil, no, I mean not ignition coil, what's wrong with me, spark plug wires back in, so that way nothing gets inside there. Okay. Take the gasket off. I gotta take that off. I haven't taken it off. So I had to pause the video right here because I forgot to mention how I got the camshaft pulley off. So once you have your valve cover out, you're gonna have two slots where you can put a big wrench. I don't remember the size of it right now, so I'm gonna put it in the description below once I find out. Putting this big wrench in these two slots that have the arrows on the picture in front of you, you can hold the camshaft in place while you take a ratchet wrench and you take off the bolt that's holding the pulley to the camshaft. By doing that, you're not moving the camshaft out of place, because remember, right now you don't have anything holding the camshaft to its timing position, so you cannot allow the camshaft itself to move. You got to keep it in place as close as you can to where you left it. So whenever you put everything back, it's still in time. Okay. So anyways, the way I did it is I took my right hand with the wrench to hold the camshaft in place, and I took the left hand with the ratchet and take that bolt off, and that's how I managed to do it. So now we go back to the video. All the way. And then you got to take this cover off. Apparently it's only 4 bolts to loosen that out. Apparently it's only 4 bolts, but we're gonna find out because I only see 3. I see 1, 2, there's a third one over there. I don't know where the 4th one is. I guess I'll find out. Yeah, once you take that off, then you can have clear access to those 2 bolts right there that are holding that cap together to the cylinder head, and that is where the seal is. Once you get those 2 bolts out, you can get the seal out of there. Okay, so we're gonna go do that right now, and I'm not gonna do everything in just this video, but just to keep things moving and keep you guys up to date with new videos on YouTube. So anyways, let's get going. Okay. All right, the 2 that I see right here, they were already loosened out. Not by me, they were just loose. So I'm guessing already someone had replaced this gasket. We'll put that there temporarily. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so it's supposed to be That's two out. I'm guessing there is another one. There's number two here. I can't see another bolt. And it's supposed to be four. But let me take a look. Okay, so there's one right there. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's three. Get my hand in here. Okay, that's three bolts. Where is the fourth one? Oh, okay, so the fourth one is nowhere to be found. I only see three holes. I don't know why I said four. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so the last one I just took out was this one right here. And the first two I took out was this one and that one. There's no fourth one because these two, this one and the one over here, these two upper ones are for the black cover that covers the timing belt. So this one also, and this one is for the tensioner that sits right here. So I don't know why they would say four. Oh well, I got it out. No biggie. So let me try to get you guys a good angle. So that's where the camshaft seal sits at. That's the front seal, and over there, the one on the other side, that's the rear camshaft seal. Okay, so now I just gotta get those two bolts loosened out. Let me make sure this is off. Yeah, I'm most likely gonna reuse this valve cover gasket because it's practically new. I would say if it has driven 100 miles, it is no. I take that back. If it has driven 500 miles, that's a lot since I put that on. So I'm gonna go put this right back where I'm stashing those parts that I'm taking off, and quickly I'm gonna show you what I do so I don't lose where these bolts and screws go to. If I take one off, I put it back where it goes, so that way I know, okay, so that bolt goes there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to put it back right where it goes. I'm not going to screw it in all the way. That would be stupid. But I'm just going to put it there, finger driven. That's what I'm doing right now. Just driving it in with my fingers. A few threads. Oh, come on, don't mess with me. You're gonna go in there. You are gonna put yourself in there. Come on. In you go. There we go. And the third one, that's gonna be a little bit tricky because the third one goes at the back of the the other side of where the camshaft is. I know it's going to be a bit tricky, but no worries. Goes right here. There, that's it. That way you know the three bolts that hold this are not thrown over there mixed up with all the screws and bolts. It's right there waiting for you. All you need to do is put this over there, wherever you're stashing your car parts. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this away and I'm gonna find the socket that is for those 2 bolts where the seal is. Okay, so it happens to be the same size socket that I used for those 3 bolts. This is a 10mm. So let me zoom you guys in so you guys can see better what I'm doing. Best angle should be around here, not the other way. So I don't have those little tripods that you can just hook them up anywhere. I just have a tripod that needs to be on the ground. It's very light. The phone weighs more than the tripod. How about that? That's crazy, right? Okay. Okay, so that one needs to be persuaded with it. Okay. Okay. Okay, man. That doesn't feel right. Oh, man, that doesn't feel right at all. That does not feel right at all. Feels like it got cross-threaded when it was put in the last time, because it is not coming out. That's not good. There we go. No, that's not a problem. Oh man, whoever did that, whoever did this before, they put gasket maker on the thread. Explain me that one. Look at that. That's why it wasn't coming out. Who puts gasket maker on the thread? Give me a break, people. Wow. I thought for a second this thing got cross-threaded when it was put in the first time. Wow. I'm looking at the other one now. Look at this. Let me get it to focus. Look at that. You see that shiny thing? Explain to me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. I got scared for a second. I was like, man, this thing is cross-threaded. This thing is not going back in afterwards. But wow, okay. Some idiot decided to put gasket maker into the thread. That's stupid. Okay. Well, now I'm going to hit that with a punch in a hammer so it can lift up. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I'm gonna zoom out a little because there we go. No, that's too much. Zoomed out too much. Okay, right there. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So we have this. This is a punch. There's different sizes of punches, and this is a 2.5 pound sledgehammer. Now we're not gonna go in and hammer the thing out like that. No, we're gonna use this base, the back side of the punch, to be against that cap of the seal, and we're gonna be hitting the punch right here on the silver tip. So, and it's not like we're gonna go boom and destroy the thing out. No, it's gonna be a light tap. We just want that thing to come up, because that thing is sealed down. Okay, gasket, it's not there. Okay. If we just wanted to lift up a little bit, that's all we wanted to do. I am actually scared of hitting it too hard, because that's aluminum and this is metal. Okay, metal will destroy aluminum. Come on. That thing is not coming up. I don't want to hit it too hard. Could it be possible that someone would put gasket maker on the cap where it meets the cylinder head? That could be possible. That would explain the reason why it doesn't come off, because it's supposed to come off easy. It would have already come out. So that's not moving at all. At all. That's never a good sign. Never. That is never a good sign. That thing is not moving. I'm going to use the other side. not a good sign. Let me think. What can I do? Okay, so I did manage to get it out, and here's the cap. I thought it had a gasket maker since it was really stuck in there, but no, I just had to hit it with the same punch and the sledgehammer just a bit harder. When I did that, it came off. So yeah, that right there looks like it's gasket maker, but it's not. It's actually a bit of the seal. It actually came off. You can see right there. You see that? Hold on. Let me get. Okay, no. Let me get a. Okay, you see that bit, like the little chunk that was taken off? That's the chunk of rubber that got stuck right in there. Yeah, this seal needed to be replaced long time ago. This thing is super brittle, even on the inside. Let me show you. You see how it's missing all of that piece? That's stuck in over there. I gotta take that off also. So yeah, this seal was gone. It was gone some time ago, but now I'm taking it out. I mean, it's so brittle. It doesn't even bend at all. I know it's got a metal band in there, but the outside right here, this inside lip, which is like loose rubber, it doesn't even bend. If I push hard, it just breaks. But anyways, that's taken out. Now I'm just gonna clean this off right here. Clean it real good, and scrape that off, but gently. Okay, gently. You don't wanna cause any scrapes on this area unnecessarily. Okay. So over here, there are bits and pieces still left in here. Let me see if I can get them off. Okay, that went down somewhere. It fell onto somewhere. The other side is clean, and this is clean. Okay, so yep, that's clean. Okay, so we're gonna clean that out, and what you can do is get a nice thick piece of paper towel. I don't recommend you to use paper towel that you use at home. I recommend you get something like this. I know this one's dirty as hell, but you should use something like this. This is thicker than the paper towel that you get for your house. Those are shop paper towels. Okay, mechanic shop paper towels. You want to get those. Those are thicker. They last longer. They rip a lot. I mean, it's harder to rip them. I can't talk. It's harder to rip those apart than it is a paper towel. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this, and I'm gonna clean the screws out because they had a gasket maker, and yeah, and I'm gonna clean the camshaft area where this new seal is gonna sit on. I'm gonna clean that out too. Clean out the surface where this sits on, and then we can start putting the new seal in this part right back on. Okay, so almost forgot. When you're gonna grab this, you can use brake cleaner, but don't use it directly on this. put brake cleaner directly on the paper towel, and then on the wet surface, that's when you're gonna start clean. This area right here, you can go straight with the brake cleaner. I mean, it's really dirty, but over here, be gentle. Yeah. Anyways, here we go. I think that's the best I can do. That little bit right there, it's very glued into that. I'm going as gentle as I can be. I think I was able to get it off. Oh man, that's nice. Just a bit more, just a tiny bit more. There we go. I mean, what is left is so tiny, I don't think it'll affect it. But I think I just managed to get that little tiny bit lost. Oh yeah. Now the things over here, I don't know if I can get that off. It's better. Yeah, but that's not gonna affect it. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Just like that. Now I'm gonna clean the rest. I'm gonna be gentle with this right here. Okay, so that's much better compared to how it was when I took it out. Okay, much better. Okay, I'm gonna put it like that. Now I'm gonna do the screws. Nice. Okay. Now I'm clean off the head. That's the second one. Okay. Okay, the screws are ready. Now I'm gonna go over to the car. I'm gonna wipe clean the surface area where the where this goes. I understand I don't have the best features to give you guys the best angle, but man, like always, I'm gonna do my best to give you guys a good viewing angle for everything I do. I think that's the best shot I can give you guys. Okay, sorry I got in the way. I had to get in the way. There was just no other way for me to get in there from my viewing angle and not block you guys. Okay, so that's clean now. Now I'm gonna bring the new seal in and grease it up in the inside, like I said before, and then I'm going to put the new cap. I mean, not the new cap, the cleaned cap on that surface area right there. Okay, I have 3 gaskets here, 3 seals, oil seals. This is the one that took out of the camshaft. This is the replacement right here. You can tell, let me get a pointer or something to point with. You can tell right there how the inner part of the seal ripped out by itself. Okay, so the other one reason why you shouldn't try to put a screw in here to get this out without doing all those steps I just did is because the metal band that you can barely see in there is very, very thin. Okay, you could be screwing, putting a screw in here to then lever it out. You can do that, but you're going to be risking hitting the inner area here, or hitting the camshaft itself and scraping it out and causing unnecessary damage to your engine. That's why you should take the steps I took to do it the right way. And this one over here, this is the crankshaft seal at the front. Okay, this is the one that's behind that pulley that I showed you that is damaged, that has been beaten up several times, and I can't pull it out with just my hand. This is the seal that's behind that. Okay, obviously this is brand new. I have not taken out the old one, but in this one you can do the idea of putting a screw through here, because the metal band that goes around is much thicker. So if you get a small screw to go through here and then lever it out, that's gonna work. Okay, but that won't work with this one. Okay, so let's get back over there to the car and put this in and put that on it and continue with our work. Okay, so I almost forgot, before I go back to the car and put that seal in, I gotta grease it up in the inside. What I mean by the inside is, okay, so this is the outer edge and this is the inner edge. And let me use a better pointer. Okay, so outer edge right here, inner edge right here. Okay, so the inner edge is the edge that needs to be with grease. Okay, now Toyota says that you should use their pink grease, but I'm like, I don't have time to go stop at a dealership and buy the pink grease. Okay, that's just that's their way of doing it. Okay, but you can use high temperature grease. This is just an example. It's STP. You can get this at AutoZone. Okay, now I got the pointer because, well, I'm not going to dip my finger in there and just grease this up. I'm going to use this to grease it up, because, well, honestly, you don't need to put that much. All you need to do is just put it off to where, you know, it gets pretty greased up. And plus, this is the closest thing to pink, like Toyota wants it to be. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna satisfy them just a little. I got the red one, so what, you know. Okay. The reason why you need to grease the inner lip is because the inner lip is what's against the that's the part that's touching the camshaft itself. And you know, this seal does not rotate, but the camshaft does. So if you don't put grease on the inner lip, then it'll eventually, the camshaft will eventually rotate this seal, and then it'll be worthless because, well, a rotating oil seal is not going to work. But if you leave the outside edge dry like it is right now, then it'll grip on the outside, it'll grip onto this edge right here, and the other half of the edge, which is attached to the cylinder head, it'll grip on that, and the seal will not move. If you grease up the inner edge, the camshaft is just going to rotate on the seal, and the seal is going to do its work. Okay, I know I talk too much, but sometimes you got to talk just enough for people to understand. Okay, I've seen things like this being done the opposite way around, and then the seal rotates, and then you got to do the whole thing again and buy a new seal, because the seal that you just put on with the grease in the wrong spot is already ruined. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna go back to the car now, and I'm gonna put it on. Oops. Okay. Alright. So this right here is the camshaft. This goes over that. So this goes like this. And maybe a tight fit at the beginning. All you gotta do is just push it on. There we go. It's going in. And there it is. Okay. It's on. Oh yeah, it's in there. I'm getting grease all over my fingers. Oh, my glove actually. Okay, got this. Put it right on top of that. You see those what are those called? I forgot their name. It basically helps you line up these kind of parts, so you don't put them in the wrong way. You see how easy it just went on because of those things? Now, obviously, that's not going to move, okay? So then, that's when you can go ahead and start screwing down the bolts. Man, the one over there, they put gasket maker inside the screw hole. That's gonna be a pain, but yeah, don't worry. I'm using this just to screw it down. I'm not gonna use this to tighten it down. That'd be stupid if I did that. And you saw I was going really slow going down. This one I'm not so sure about, because that one's just tight as heck. Yeah, that one's tight because of the gasket maker that's inside the screw hole. Okay, and just slightly more there. Okay, now let me get the flashlight. Let me get it. Let's line up right there. Okay, you see how it's just sitting there real nice and good. Let me get the pointer. So see, can't push it in anymore. That's as far as it'll go in. Okay, I was able to move it a little bit right there. That's normal because it's not that the cap is not tightened down just yet. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my torque wrench and set it to, I'm gonna grab the inch-pound torque wrench for 3/8 and I'm gonna put it down at 168. I figure one thing though, since we have to do it evenly, I'm gonna set the torque wrench to 130 first, 130, and then once both of them are at 130, I'm gonna torque it down to 150, and then I'll torque it down to 168. Okay. And of course, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I am taking my time. I'm not rushing through this. This is my vehicle. So. Okay, the one at the back, that's 130. Okay. I don't know if you were able to see that. Sorta. I can lift up the camera just a bit, so you can see better. Okay. All right. Now let's put it at 150. Okay. Now let's start with the back one. Okay, that's 150. Let's do 150 on this one. There we go. 150. 150. Okay. Now let's do 168, which equals to 14 foot-pounds. Okay. 168. Here we go. Okay. And that's it. That is how you replace the camshaft front seal. Okay. All right. So then now I'm not going to show you the rest of the steps because, well, I can show that in a different video. But now all you do is put that black cover on. Remember where you put those 3 bolts, one here, whoops, hold on, I'm not showing that. Okay, so you got one here, you got the other one right here, and you got the one that's on the other side of the camshaft. Okay, those are the 3 bolts that you need to tighten down with that black cover. But obviously I'm gonna clean, ooh, almost dropped you guys. I'm gonna clean the black cover because it's nasty. It's oily, it's not clean, and even though nobody's gonna see that, this thing wants to fall everywhere I put it on. Okay, stay there. Even though nobody's gonna be able to see that once I finish this whole job, but still having a clean cover doesn't look bad. Okay, so yeah, all that grease that's in there, all that grease, man, that's nasty. But anyways, that's done. I'm gonna be showing you more videos on these kind of stuff in the future. Now I want to add 2 more things to this video. Lately I haven't been working so much as a mechanic. I've been working more from the house because I've been having issues with my body. I have been diagnosed with plantar fasciitis on both of my feet, and my right foot is the worst out of all of them. It's a pain. It hurts after having a day of just standing outside doing my kind of work, my hobby. I love to work on cars, but I'm having that kind of issue lately where after being up and walking or bending down and doing whatnot as a mechanic, by the time I hit lunchtime, my feet are painful. Okay, and since my right foot is hurting me the most, I'm getting pain all the way up to my lower right back, close to the I think it's called sciatica, or I think I pronounced that wrong. But if I did pronounce that wrong, I'm gonna put it on the video, the correct word in English. But yeah, I'm having those issues. Those are personal issues, and I'm dealing with that. Going to acupunctures, chiropractor for my back, and just working the best I can do with all those things. But yeah, that's why I haven't been doing a lot of mechanic videos. I'm taking my time doing this car. This is not a daily car. That is my daily car. So I'm not having any hurry in getting this done. I haven't attended any clients lately because like I said, I've been working from the house doing different method of work. I don't want to go into details of that. But YouTube is not how I'm making money. Just so you know, YouTube is not my income. All right. And I'm going to be working on that vehicle. That is my vehicle, actually, my 2002 Ford Explorer. And that's the fan that was blowing behind me during the video, throwing nice warm air on me because it's hot. It's not fresh outside. It's pretty hot. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the engine of that vehicle in the coming weeks. I'm going to say weeks because, like I said, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do it correctly because the first time I rebuilt the engine, I did it too fast, and I did it between vehicles. So, working on a client and then working on this engine at the same time, that was not a smart idea. And I messed up the rebuild. So I had to take it all apart again and send the crank back to get refinished, and I gotta send a block to get refinished. Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle, but that's what's been going on, guys. Yeah, so that's it for now. That's how you replace the front camshaft seal. I will make a video. I'm hoping I can reuse that pulley right there. If not, I could just replace it. Everything nowadays is replaceable except human parts. So let me see. Let me show you the block that I'm talking about. It's gonna get noisy because of the fan. Sorry about this. Okay. Let me just turn it off for a second. So this is the block for that SUV, and what I had happen. What I did wrong the first time I rebuilt it. I let it sit too much outside. I did oil all of this area up, but eventually the oil just dripped down to the oil pan all the way at the bottom, and the cylinders got rusty. And I was like, man, I had done everything. I was down to the part where all I had to do is drop the engine into the engine bay. That's all I had to do. Everything was on. But I was stupid enough to forget to rotate the crank after installing everything and making sure, not installing everything, but after installing the cylinder heads and getting them with the chains and everything, I completely forgot to test if the engine would rotate. Well, I forgot to do that. By the time I put the flywheel on with new bolts, which by the way are torque to yield, which means they can only be used once, which it's a pain in the butt. After I did that, the engine wouldn't, the crank wouldn't turn, and I was pissed, really pissed. Anyways, I had to take everything apart. All these bolts here are torque to yield. These are the ones that I had with the cylinder heads already bolted down. I got the cylinder heads over there. They're still nice and shiny, well, they look brand new, but they're the same ones. But man, I'm telling you, I was frustrated when that happened. I took everything back apart, and when I did that, when I took the cylinder heads off, where it was just the chains right here, just like this, like they are right now, the crank still wouldn't turn. I was like, oh my god. I was thinking to myself, I did something wrong. I did something completely wrong. Well, it turns out I did two things wrong. Two things wrong. My first mistake was when I put the connecting rods. The connecting rod caps have a number on one side of the cap, and the connecting rod have a number on one side of the connecting rod. My mistake was, if the number, let's just say the number on both the cap and the connecting rod are on my thumb right here, and the other side doesn't have a number, that's how I should have done. I should put the numbers on both sides, on one side, not rotate them like this. So I had a few of the, I had 4 of the connecting rods with the numbers on opposite sides when they should have been on the same side, people. I did not know that. The repair manual for this engine doesn't say that. How did I know? How did I find out that that was a problem, or one of the problems? Well, I took off those 4 connecting rods that I had them like this, with the numbers in the opposite directions. And believe it or not, the crank rotated. It turned after I took those connecting rods that I did wrong. When I took them off, everything started working again. So then I knew, I was like, oh wow, I completely messed this up. Yeah, I did. I completely messed it up. And then after taking those pistons out of there, I noticed that this was also rusty. Like it wasn't as rusty as this is now. It was less rusty. But at the time, I was like, okay, I need a break. I need a break. I took that break. I kept working on other vehicles. And now I'm to the point where I can work on this right now. Okay? So, yeah. It's gonna be a long one with this one again, because last time the time I took this engine or this block to get resurfaced, to get cleaned up and everything, it took about a week. So I'm hoping that by the end of this week, by Friday or Saturday, I can get this block nice and ready to go. And then by Monday, I can just send it to the machine shop and get it resurfaced and cleaned out. But yeah, those are the things that happened lately. And like I said, my income right now is not coming out of either YouTube or coming out of working as a mechanic. It's coming out of a different source, which again, I don't want to mention, but it is being done online. Okay? But anyways, you guys have a great day. Have a good weekend, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to put this video close to the weekend. So anyways, have a good weekend and stay safe. I'll see you on the next one.